Hello everyone, it's a good day today. As you can see, I got this bad boy right here, Kt4 downpipe. I had it made with a high flow catalytic converter in it. I don't know, I just didn't want to take the risk of doing just doing the straight with, straight downpipe without no catless. It builds up boost a little bit faster with the cat. I mean, it may affect the performance maybe at the higher speeds, maybe higher RPM, but I'm willing to take it. I mean, I don't know, we got an IPD downpipe in my blue one. It has the high flow cat in it, so I mean it's been treating us well. No smells, no anything like that. So I want to avoid as much smell as possible because I do have a family. I use it as a family vehicle, so I want to try to avoid all that. So today we're gonna install this bad boy in our garage on the ramp. So I'm just gonna walk you guys through it, how to install it from start to finish in the garage, what to do, step by step. So stay tuned. Hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so that's the downpipe right here. That's how it looks like from Kt4. It's pretty similar to the IPD one, but the high flow cat is this little thing right here. I think the IPD one is a little bit bigger, but I could be wrong. There's a sensor, O2 sensor here, bung, and then there's an O2 sensor right here. I'm gonna probably end up putting a spacer in that one right there. So yeah, it's probably not gonna throw any codes, but I'm still gonna put in a spacer. I got it anyways because first we were planning on getting the catless, then I just paid a little extra and got the catted one. So I don't have nothing to lose. I'll put that in just for the extra security. So yeah, that's how the mounts look right here. There's open bolt right there that you can just slide onto the bolt, and then I think that's the hardest one to get to, I believe. Yeah, that's the one on the bottom. No, actually this one is. I think this one is the hardest one, because you'll see why when I install it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show you, but that one is the top one closest to the engine, and there's a shield, like an aluminum shield that goes from the exhaust manifold, from the headers or whatever you call it, and it doesn't give you enough space to get to this bolt. This one, with the extension and a wobbly, I can get pretty easily to that one. This one is challenging, so we'll see. I'll show you guys how to get to it and all that. I think they shaved this part off. That's pretty cool. I don't think the IPD one had that. But anyway, so yeah, that's it. Stay tuned. We got the car in like that on just the ramps, plastic ramps. So gotta put blocks behind the back wheels, and we'll get started. I mean, nothing fancy, just simple garage installation. So first things first, I'm gonna tell you guys straight up, you're gonna need to remove the intake. I believe we removed it. No, actually I don't think we removed that tube there. So from here, the intake and this, it comes all the way out, and then your battery needs to come out, and the battery seat, or whatever you want to call it, the plastic plate that the battery sits on, you're gonna need to take that out, so you have complete access straight behind the engine. So once you take it all out, you'll see how to access the downpipe, how we put the wrench in, or the ratchet. With the extensions and the wobbly, we were able to reach the bolt straight to the downpipe. So these bolts right here are the screws that go on the box right here. There's 1, 2, 3, and then 4. It takes a Torx 20. It's a star looking socket, or whatever you want to call it. Torx, it's called the Torx driver. So it's a T25 for anyone that's wondering what kind of tools you need to take the intake box out. I mean, I don't know if that's important, but I said I was gonna tell you guys step by step, so I'm gonna do the gist. Now that we got that out, there's this the bottom piece of the intake. I'll just take that out. Let me see here. Let's see, does it mount to that? Oh no, it just comes right out. Okay, we'll just pull on it, should come right out. Yep, comes right like that. It may come out with that neck, or it comes apart there sometimes, so just hook it back up back there. All right, now that we got that out of the way, we need to get the battery out of the way. That's the main part. Battery cover, and then get a screwdriver. Remove this right here, and then remove the battery. So unhook the clamps, and then the mount back there. There's a main bolt with the bracket that holds the battery in place so it doesn't wobble around. Remove that, and then I'll show you guys afterwards. All right, so now you see there's a bolt there. Here, hold the flashlight for me. So there's a bolt there, there, and then right there. It's an 8mm bolt. You just take that out, and this whole piece, the battery seat, comes straight out. All right, so on the top of the downpipe down there, there's a shield. It has 3 bolts, one on the top, and then 2 kind of towards the back. You'll see those, the 2, and then the one on the top, you're just gonna have to feel it out. And then on this side right here, you're gonna see a little clip that holds that shield as well. So once you get those 3 bolts loose, there's a little shield that you just gonna have to help loosen that shield off with the screwdriver. So that shield looks like that right there. That's one of the bolts. There's another one, and there's one right here. That's the ones that you can see from when you get underneath the car. This one you can't, you're gonna have to feel it out. And then there's right here the clip that slides onto this that holds it as well. So if you take those 3 out and it's not coming out, it's this clip right here. I don't know if you guys can see in the video, but there's a oxygen sensor back there. We got the stuff out, so right up there there's oxygen sensor. So you're gonna need an oxygen sensor tool most likely, because that sensor is gonna be on the way. So yeah, now we're just focusing. We got the 2 bolts in the front of the downpipe, the one right there and down there, right just back here. Got those 2 off. Now we're gonna focus on getting that the top closer to the engine one. The one I was talking about that had the shield on, and that's the shield that's blocking it. So that's gonna be a challenging one. So we're just gonna get that one out first now. All right, so this is 10mm with some tape and a wobbly, so it bends. So I taped it up because when I put it through down there, like behind the transmission towards the downpipe, this side kept kind of falling down, so I had to tape it up so I have more leverage. And then I had somebody down under the car just looking with a flashlight and telling me like up, down, towards the engine, towards the back. So until I got it on. Once I got it on, I just put a ratchet right there and just took it off, loosened it down, the bottom bolt that's on the bottom. Once I got it loose, now I can just take it out pretty easily. And the top one by the engine, I just got it in. I got it with a let me show you guys. Where is the ratchet? Oh, right here. With one of these guys. It's a 10mm as well. Looks like this, and it bends too. So I just kind of stuck it up on the bolt and just twisted it down. So once I got it loose, I was able to kind of loosen it up with my hand. So yeah, so now we got all the bolts, 3 bolts out. The top one by the engine, and the 2 on the side, and then the one on the bottom, we just got it loose, and it has that cutout. Like I told you guys, this right here in the OEM one, this cutout right here, so it just slides off. You don't need to take the bottom one all the way out. All right, so we came to a bump. Kt4 didn't send us any bolts, nothing with the downpipe. I mean, we can reuse these ones, but those we can't, because these ones in the factory downpipe, it has studs in it. So those studs go through here and they're stuck right here. Man, this sucks. Anyways, kind of sucks, Kt4. I wish you would do the same thing as IPD does. They gave you free, you know, they included the bolts, the washers and all that, and then you pretty much screws there. So oh well, I guess I'm gonna have to go to a hardware store. Just a waste of my time. All right, so got the bolts, went to our local hardware store, got some bolts and screws. So now we're ready. So now we're gonna finish taking down the old one out, now that we have the bolts, and get the new one in. All right, so we got the downpipe on, the O2 sensor back there with the spacer, got all the bolts in, The only thing is just right here, this hanger here on the left. You see, it's really close. We had to bend it a little bit. I don't know why it's like that. I mean, I think the IPD one, they actually bend it out. I don't know, this one is just generic. Anyways, not a big problem, but kind of a little hiccup that we had to kind of bend it away. Same thing with this one. This one's pretty close, but this one's decent, so we didn't have to mess with this one here. That one was still a little too close. I don't know if we do end up in a situation where it kind of hits the other hanger, we'll bend it more, but for now we'll just leave it. But yeah, so far so good. I went to a hardware store, got the bolts myself, so all that's taken care of. Kind of a little bit of waste of time. I wish they would kind of just include those in with the downpipe, but it is what it is. Yeah, O2 sensor here. This one I didn't put a sensor on. I mean the spacer. That one I did. So yeah, this was really challenging. The bolt, especially the two ones next to the engine, you had to go from the hood and with someone down here helping, and then these two here is pretty easy to access from here, from underneath. Yep, that I said was the. Let me get a better light here. So is this part right here on the on the Kt4 downpipe. It wasn't deep enough, so when we put it on the bottom bolt, it didn't have enough room where it kind of went down, so I can tighten that bolt. It kept on trying to cross thread that bolt right there, so I had to get a grinder and grind it deeper, like maybe another 1/8 or maybe 1/4 of an inch, and then that way it gave me enough play, so it was pretty easy to screw all the bolts in. So if you guys do get it with the Kt4 and then you have the same problem where you put it on and you can't get that upper bolt in, the bolt that's on this side, not the one by the engine, but on this side, so pretty much across from it, that bolt right there. If you guys do have a problem, just grind it out deeper here so it gives you more room. Oh yeah, and also the OEM downpipe was mounted on the bracket that mounts to the transmission. I just took that out because the Kt4 one and IPD one, they don't require it, so they don't use it. So weight reduction. First cold start, all the burn off. Why did you turn it off? That's a tractor. Come on. So who busted it? Dolly, get out. Slowly though. Hey, watch out, there's a jack. 1 second. Now that it's warmed up, give it a few revs, not a hard ones. That's good. Yeah, sounds awesome. We'll give it a few drives and see what performance gains we got. the next morning. I got up early. Well, not really, it's 9 o'clock, but so not really early. I'm sleepy though. So I just wanted to kind of wrap up this video of the installation part. What can I say? The installation wasn't easy. It's really hard to do in your garage, especially getting the old pipe out, the downpipe, getting the new one in. You know, if the cutouts and everything was perfect, I mean, in the Kt4 downpipe, I probably would have saved myself about 2 hours. Yeah, pretty much. That's when we struggled to kind of line up all the bolts. The one you get one bolt on, the other one won't go in. It was just a headache. But once we did the cutout that I showed you guys, it went pretty smoothly once we got the downpipe back in there. So I mean, if the cutouts were perfect, I mean, getting the old one out took about 3 hours, step by step. The new one, to get it in, if there was no issues with the lineup of the holes, of the downpipe holes, we probably would have installed it in maybe in an hour or so. So yeah, it wasn't, you know, that bad if it was when, you know, when everything's good. And the next morning now, well, as you can see, we got this friend, check engine light. So I scanned the codes. It shows system too lean, meaning the car has detected too much airflow and not enough fuel. Pretty much, yeah, too much air, and then tries to adjust for the fuel. Once it did that, now I'm probably gonna end up installing a spacer, another spacer on the downstream sensor, and then seeing if that goes away. If not, probably gonna end up doing a tune. So we'll see. That kind of sucks. I didn't expect it. I got a spacer on the upper upstream one. Seems like it didn't help, so I need probably another one in the downstream. The IPD one, we had no issues. I don't know if they used a different high flow cat or what the issue is, but you know, and this one, you know, I gotta check engine light. So we'll look into it. I'll install a spacer, and then if it doesn't help, I'll do the tune. So I'll give you an update once I do one or the other, so see if it helps. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. Peace.